Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all fabulous and fantastic. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for Scorpio gang here? In mid-December, we're getting close to the holiday season, and yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio, please. What do you got for us, my guides? Talk to me. And this should be interesting. And I swear, my friends, I was about to put in the beard ornaments this week. You know, I get very festive around this time of year, but I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait another week or so and get a little closer to the holiday. Okay, interesting. So there is something linked to creativity here. I saw this for a couple other signs. This is good, and this could be some really nice possibilities for the Scorpio collective when I see this card. Okay, there is something about expressing yourself and creating, which is often seen in water sign readings, right? But there's a little extra here when we have the lady with the golden thread. There's some really good possibilities that we might be seeing. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So we see this lovely lady here. She has an awesome hairdo. She is in front of a sewing machine that has a rainbow coming out of it. She's holding a golden thread. So when I see this, the first thing I think of is art, creation, expression, anything like that. Especially when I see cards with rainbows. To me, that kind of signifies potential. Okay, so for a lot of Scorpios in this time, maybe you're feeling a lot of things on the inside, right? That's the story of our life, right? As Scorpios, a lot of intense things on the inside. Spirit is asking us to channel that into some sort of creation. Now, anything you create, not just like with your hands or art or anything like that, anything you create in this time could have a lot of possibilities or long-lasting implications. I'm already feeling that off this card. So just know that whether you're creating a new business, creating a new workout regimen, new way of thinking, whatever it might be, however you're remaking yourself has some really good possibilities to it. So that feels really good. And yeah, we're just going to put her down right there. But I feel like expressing, not bottling things up is a very important thing. So let's just leave her there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness here. Let's shuffle it up one time for the Scorpio gang, please, my guides. Talk to us. What's happening here in mid-December? And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. Fire was all over the place in last week's reading. So much Wands energy. Last week's reading was titled An Explosive Situation. Now, generally, when I title something with the word explosive, that means it could either, something could really pick up a lot of steam very quickly, or it could spin out of hand, either one. So I'm hoping that hasn't been the case for a lot of you, right? But that fire energy just, it lends an unpredictability to whatever it is we're going through. So let's see what we have this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe, or we could be seeing someone you're connected to, right? Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio, please. Guides and Spirit team. Interested to see if it'll link with that very first card or not. I mean, it happens sometimes where the reading itself is just completely opposite. Okay, so we have some mystery starting us off here, Scorpio, with the 2 of Swords. Hopefully this isn't some sort of confusion, like why? Like, why are you acting like that? Or why would you do that? I'm already getting intuitive feelings. Let's keep moving here. Okay. It's giving me a perplexed type of feeling there in the front end. Yeah, so the fire-air combination is still here, Scorpio. We have the King of Wands in the upright next to the 2 of Swords, huh? So yeah, look, it's like he's watching that situation like a hawk. Let's get one more out here. We'll start to piece this together. Thank you. 3 of Swords. Okay, so all fire-air combination once again, Scorpio. So there is that little bit of volatility that I was already referencing, and I just want to say if you're going through intense things, remember what I was saying about this card in the beginning. Could be very important. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, it's a little bit of an iffy one this week, my friends, because notice we have the 2 air cards on the extreme ends. Air is generally communication or thought process. We also have the fire right there in the center. The kaboom energy, the explosive energy is still lingering around. It's all good though, because we have a little bit of mystery. There's this energy that's not fully matured yet as well. Like the energy isn't fully solidified. So we'll see how it all plays out. Let's go through piece by piece and build this story, because remember, the clarifiers that could really change the story and the theme. And this could be someone else's energy as well. It doesn't have to be ours, right? Position number 1, 2 of swords. So you see this individual, they're hoodwinked, they're blindfolded, holding the 2 swords. Now, all 2s in tarot could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads, and partnerships. This one is generally seen as like confusion or indecision. Now, from my experience of Scorpios, they're not the most indecisive individuals. Like if you ask a Scorpio what way to go, they're going to stick to their guns and say, we're going that way. But there could be someone around you that's a little indecisive or confused. This is also a card of mystery, right? Very similar to the moon. This literally has the moon in it as well. So there could be surprising, unexpected, secret energies afoot when this card is in the mix, especially with all the other stuff we have going on here. But the initial thing I was feeling intuitively was like someone's actions might perplex you. Like, why are you acting like that? Like there might be someone that has your eye, whether it's a situation or a person where it's like, okay, why are you acting funny? Why are you acting off? Like, you know, Scorpio has a very good intuition about them. And for some reason, I'm getting something here intuitively that somebody might pique your interest. Like you feel or sense them acting off or different. Let's not go down that rabbit hole too much just yet. Moving to the center, we have the King of Wands, okay? This is generally seen as a positive card, big boss type of energy. Maybe you're connected to a fire sign. Maybe you have fire placements yourself, so Aries, Leo, Sag. And the King of Wands is in control of the Wand Su, right? So the passions, the desires, the energy, the burn. So for some of you, maybe you're trying to control certain things, control a certain situation. As I did say, this is a big boss energy, so it's entrepreneurial. Some of you could be stepping into King of Wands energy where it's like, okay, you do this, you do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, like really calling the shots for something. But once again, all cards have challenge and positive. A challenge of the King of Wands is it could be unpredictable, right? This could be someone who's like, let's not go too far down that road. Like, yeah, it could be party animals and stuff like that. It could be someone that can't control their energy properly. But I'll just leave it as unpredictable, especially with the card that's right next to it. Because with the 2 of Swords and the King of Wands, there's like some sort of unpredictability or something's off here. Now, moving to the back end, we have the 3 of Swords, very famous card in tarot, right? If you watch readings, you know what this card represents. You see it on shirts, on pants, on memorabilia, the 3 swords cutting through the heart. Now, I always say this energy is on a spectrum. It could be something very minor, all the way up to something major. Okay, so we could be looking at some warnings here possibly, but the 3 of Swords is pain. If I were to just put it in a nutshell, it could be anxiety, it could be nervousness as well, but it's somebody going through something, going through a very difficult time. Some people say it's even betrayals and stuff like that. I see 10 of Swords as more of a betrayal than this card, but this is not a happy-go-lucky type of energy, that's for sure. It's somebody going through something. So when we have a card of confusion and we have some unpredictability and we have this 3 of Swords, there might be certain things or just certain situations that just don't make sense or something's not lining up here. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Scorpio. Let's do it. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for the Scorpio collective, my guides. Let's see what's happening, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 2 of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, 2 of Swords time. Let's see what this mystery is about. What is this mystery or this confusion happening here? And remember, this could be someone else's energy. I'm not saying this is all stuff you're feeling or you're experiencing. Okay, 7 of Wands. Okay. There might be something where it's, all right, that wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Okay, like to me, this is representing a problem of some sort. Okay, and once again, fire-air combination. There could be something where somebody that feels like they bit off more than they can chew here with the 7 of Wands in the upright. Now, I will say this, the 7 of Wands could be very good. It's a very determined card. Somebody that's going to fight the good fight, but it could be problematic. Sometimes it's somebody who feels cornered, like their back's against the wall. That's not where you want to place a Scorpio, right? So for some of you, if you're cross-watching for a Scorpio, very important that you don't make them feel cornered in this time, because you might see a side of them that you never have. Okay, so for some people, that's a little bit of a warning. I don't want to get too doom and gloom, but I felt like I had to deliver that message. Like, don't make your Scorpio feel cornered, because you might experience a side of them that you've never experienced before, and it might not be the nicest, especially with all this fire-air combination. But once again, I feel like the energy of somebody that may have bit off a little more than they can chew. So like a surprising problem or an unexpected problem is like, all right, this is a little harder than I thought it would be. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. I'm feeling more stuff off of it, but in lieu of time, we're going to keep moving, because it feels very intense right there on the front end. Let's go in on that King of Wands. Once again, the fire, air, the unpredictability, the unexpected, it's all over the place. So let's keep moving over to the King of Wands. Keep this reading progressing here. Why is that King of Wands here? But yeah, that problem in the beginning. Or Pentacles. Someone trying to stand firm, stand their ground. Makes complete sense. Watch out for grudges here. There could be somebody who's holding a bit of a grudge as well. We have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright underneath this this King of Wands. So first and foremost, the initial thing I was feeling here was someone saying, you know what? I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my choice. I'm sticking to my decision. And this is what it is. End of discussion. Or that's final. That, like, for some reason, I'm getting that energy in my head with this King of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. Like, no, that's it. That's final. I don't want to use a word like game over just yet. We'll see how it goes on the back end, but it's like, that's final. Like, I keep getting that in my head. Now, the 4 of Pentacles generally is very immovable, and it could be somebody holding on to something very deep down on the inside. So I would say, watch out for other individuals in this time, specifically ones that you might think are holding a grudge of some sort. Okay, like someone that may feel like they've been done wrong in some sort of way. Okay, Scorpio, we're just getting all sorts of stuff here this week. Obviously, only take it if it hits. But if this is someone else's feelings, how you can't control what other people feel, right? I can't do it. You can't do it. No one could do it. You could only control your reaction. But I'm seeing this here. It's either a stubbornness or somebody brewing on something, and it's turning to like a disdain of some sort. So it's not the nicest. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We're going to go in on that 3 of Swords, and we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So yeah, that could be a warning as well, right there in the center. But as I said, we're not the emotion police, right? We can't control other people or how they feel. Like, you're going to feel how you feel, okay? So why is that 3 of Swords here? Please. Thank you. 4 of Cups, not letting it go. There is something somebody isn't going to let go. Now, in best case scenario, someone doesn't want to let you go. If it's in a positive way, right? If it's someone that you care for deeply, someone that you love, and this person doesn't want to let you go, even if things are hard, like that could be here if you're watching this for connections and relationships. But the 4 of Cups, very similar to the 4 of Pentacles, even similar to the 7 of Wands, is that they are all not moving. Like, they're all like, I mean, this one a little bit, but they're all kind of like solidified. So these energies that we were picking up off the top are like very solid energies and solidified, even though we have the fire and air that gives it some possibility to change. Now, the 4 of Cups, and I just keep getting this energy of like someone just not being able to like let something go. I have to give it to you intuitively. 4 of Cups is obviously somebody with a lot on their mind, right? And underneath the 3 of Swords, there could be somebody that is like thinking of different scenarios and they're like hurting themselves over it, even if they've been through some tough situations or whatever problems or situations are showing up. It's like this individual here with the Four of Cups, Three of Swords, it's like they're inventing scenarios in their head that are only hurting them more. Okay, only take it if it hits, right? But this person, this energy I'm picking up, it feels very messy, right? Where like this person is their own worst enemy in a sort of way. Okay, so there's warnings here. There's warnings on warnings on warnings, especially with this energy in the center. But what I'm picking up here on the back end is someone still very much affected by something, and they're not doing themselves any favors because they're creating scenarios in their own headspace. Okay, and they're making it harder on themselves, whether it's this situation or other ones. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Scorpio, because I will say the overall energy of this even has me a little confused with this Two of Swords starting us off. But let's go through before we get the shadow card. Position number one, we have the Two of Swords with the Seven of Wands in the upright. Like I said there, to me it felt like somebody that bit off a little more than they can chew, where it's like, okay, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. It also gave me the vibe of like an unexpected problem or a surprising problem where it's like, okay, this is hard. This is not easy. Okay, so there could be some things stacked against someone. Another vibe I picked up here was like, if you're cross-watching for a Scorpio, don't make them feel cornered in this time, because you might see a side of them that you've never seen before, and it might not be the nicest with all the fire in the air. In the center, we have the King of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. That's final type of energy, like someone putting their foot down, saying that's final word, no more discussion. And another thing I was picking up was possibly somebody upset, angry, and like internalizing it until it turns into like a disdain of some kind. It wasn't the nicest feeling. Moving to the back end, we have the Three of Swords with the Four of Cups in the upright. Once again, maybe there is somebody that it doesn't want to let go of you, or there's a situation that this person can't let go of right here on the back end. But this person's mind is their own worst enemy, because I feel like somebody's thinking up scenarios and they're hurting themselves by doing so. It's like, all right, well, look at the facts of the matter. Look at the actual situation. Don't make a bunch of shit up and drive yourself up a wall. Pardon me, but that's just how this feels to me on the back end. So if that was all hitting, Scorpio, good luck for you, my friends. Please take a screenshot. Let's get a shadow card. I mean, that one, that was a lot. That feels like a lot. So let's get you a shadow card now. Okay, maybe it'll give us a little more detail. Let's see what's in the shadows for Scorpio. And yes, my friends, I always like to end off every reading with this, just to see what's going on, whether it's something within you or maybe something you don't quite see. Doesn't always have to be a challenge, though. Let's get a shadow card for Scorpio. And also, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. There's several different tiers, and it's a beautiful way to support the channel. Obviously, no pressure whatsoever. Let's get you a shadow card here, Scorpio. What's happening, my guides? What's in the shadows for Scorpio? Thank you. Hierophant. So wanting something to solidify is a big thing here. We have the Hierophant. Some of you could be connected to Taurus when this is here. The Hierophant to me does speak of long-lasting things, also day-to-day life. So for some Scorpios, your current everyday schedule could be cramping your style in some sort of way, or you might need to shake something up when I see this in the shadows. I also have to mention the fact that we have this King of Wands with this Four of Pentacles felt very Hierophant-like to me, very stubborn. So for some of you, you might feel like you're fighting an uphill battle against an authority figure, or just something in general where it's really difficult to move through. Okay, so when I see this, there might need to be a shakeup. Hopefully all that fire, air energy does kick in here. But yeah, that's what I have for you this week, Scorpio. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's fire and air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.